Radical Islam is like your constantly drunk and abusive neighbor. They're always up to something. They micturate in your bushes. They soil your lawn. They try to mount your dog. And the threats, it's like being stalked by a 7th century heckler. So time to reverse this abusive relationship. Counter radical Islam with radical Americanism. Our scary reply to these rejects. First, let's end the myth of the ISIS warrior. We see evidence of their cruelty, but never their prowess. They hit soft targets, the unarmed and scared. Then they film it to soften up their next prey. These are not brave fighters, just bullies with machetes. What if they were truly challenged by the world's greatest warriors? And before you say, war is what ISIS wants, realize that's simply an argument for inertia and putting off the inevitable. Does that make me a warmonger? Sure. But it also makes me a global survival monger. And to be clear, our military's fine with this. It's their life's work to eliminate evil. Do you ever feel guilty about the postman delivering your mail? Then don't feel guilty about a Marine delivering death. But as a 51-year-old pudgy guy, what can I do? I couldn't take a hill unless it's made of donuts. But every one of us can help end this threat. That's radical Americanism, a forceful return to patriotism, a radical defense of our way of life, and a fearless vocal championing of our freedoms. So what do? The young can enlist or set time aside for self-defense, raising awareness, preaching diligence, hardening the soft targets in our vulnerable lives. For a cream puff like me, you seek out those who fight evil and its propaganda, and then you fund it. After all, we spent decades being told to pointlessly recycle. Imagine if we had devoted the same moral effort to terror. There would have been no 9/11. Soft issues hid the biggest threat in existence. So it's time now for radical Americanism. I'm sorry, Mr. President, that this era couldn't be about rising sea levels. But the crisis of today chooses our leaders, not the reverse. It's radical Islam versus radical Americanism, and the polar bears will have to wait.